Hello, everyone. Mark Busich of Hudson County View. Thanks for participating in this newest installment of Hudson County View Live and Uncut. I'm filling in for John Highness, who's away this week, but he'll be back next week, so you'll be able to catch him then. We have a lot to talk about as I was out in the field, joined by a couple of colleagues as well, including Corey McDonald. Some of the stories we like to touch upon includes the Jersey City Board of Education. I was there about 2 weeks ago. A story that's important to discuss this week, even though we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, is because some of the developments that happened at this particular Jersey City Board of Education meeting, where about 25 speakers spoke in favor of Miss Trustee Joan Terrell Page, who many of you know by now has made some comments about the Jewish community after the kosher market shooting back on December 10th, where she called the Jewish community brutes. We also have some other issues to get to, including just last night I was in Hoboken, where the Hoboken City Council voted on an ordinance by a count of 6-2 to increase the residential parking permit fee from $15 to $52, which with many of the council members saying it's been long overdue. The next topic we'd like to discuss has to do with a big rally that occurred on Saturday at Liberty State Park, where there were many different speakers, including Sam Pessin of the Friends of Liberty State Park and Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop, calling on the legislature, now this was on Saturday, calling on the legislature to make sure that it posted a bill so that the full legislature could take up the Liberty State Park Protection Act. And last but not least, we have an important, a really interesting and special story to tell about a firefighting ceremony that took place on Tuesday at Jersey City City Hall, where Sam Springsteen, you may recognize that last name. Yes, he is the son of Bruce Springsteen, one of New Jersey's most favorite sons, and we'll be getting to that story towards the end of the show. So be sure to stay tuned. Thanks for participating.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
We are live. Again, this is Mark Busich of Hudson County View, Live and Uncut. Thanks for everyone who's tuned back in. As I said at the beginning of the show, we are going to start with the Jersey City Board of Education meeting that took place about 2 weeks ago. Now, the meeting was held because there was a need to nominate a new president of the board after former President Sadan Thomas lost an election back on November 5th. Former Vice President Lorenzo Richardson, he is now the new president of the board after Trustee Musab Ali, who over the phone, because he's away in China attending university, made the motion to nominate Lorenzo Richardson as the newest president of the Jersey City Board of Education, and most of the trustees on the board voted for his presidency. And then Board of Education trustee Marilyn Roman then made a motion to nominate Gina Vertibello as the Board of Education's vice president, which again was voted upon by most of the trustees in the affirmative. So now we have a new president, new vice president of the Jersey City Board of Education. But after the, actually it was prior to when the votes were taken, there was a public comment section where about 27 speakers signed up to speak before the board. And most of the speakers there were there to speak in favor of Board of Education trustee Joan Terrell Page, which many of you, as I said at the top of this segment, has come under fire because of the comments that she made about the Jewish community after the December 10th kosher market shooting, whereby she described the Jewish community as brutes. Now, she said this as not as a representative of the board, but she said this on her Facebook page in a post, and then she deleted it once she started receiving criticism for it. But she described the Jewish community, Hasidic Jewish community in Greenville as brutes because, according to her and some of the speakers who signed up to speak at the board meeting back on January 3rd, is that they feel that the Jewish community is being a little bit too aggressive in trying to solicit homes from African-American families in the Greenville neighborhood. So some of the speakers who spoke was a gentleman by the name of Arnold Williams, who told the story about a 92-year-old widow whose husband had recently died, and she was glad to see that two members of the Hasidic Jewish community knocked on her door to pay their respects. But according to the speaker, Mr. Arnold Williams, he said, according to him at least, it wasn't 2 days later that these same two members of the Hasidic Jewish community then showed up at the 92-year-old widow's door asking if she would be interested in selling her house. So this caused Mr. Williams even himself to go on to say that Board of Trustee Joan Terrell Page's comments about calling the Jewish community brutes wasn't necessarily was warranted because of the aggressive nature as they indicated. Then we heard from there was another speaker, Darren Martin, who went so far as to call Board of Education trustee Joan Terrell Page as the Rosa Parks of our time, and he was critical that there have been comments made by others in the community that the black community is being anti-Semitic, and he said that was just a bunch of crap and it should be thrown out. And he said that Ms. Joan Terrell Page shouldn't be resigning as well. And then, of course, and then one of the last speakers we heard from at the meeting on January 3rd was Pastor Tyrone Balan, who's a pastor within the community. And he said that he made an interesting statement about that being pro-black doesn't mean that you are anti anything else. So he said that kind of succinctly at the meeting. But there was, now out of all the 25 speakers that spoke before the board in regards to trustee Joan Terrell Page, there was one speaker who did voice complaints about what she had said after the December 10th, 1 week after the December 10th kosher market shooting, and that was Adam Schwartzberg, who's a special education teacher at Snyder High School, and he said that he found her comments to be a rant, which was very, very insensitive, and he thought that it was not, and it wasn't the best time to make those comments with only a week after the shooting. In fact, I have his quote here, if you could just bear with me as I find it here in the story. He said to her that, in fact, as he was speaking, he was heckled by members of the audience who said that, they said that, let me just take that from the top again, folks. Members of the audience then heckled Adam Schwartzberg because there was a well-known rabbi in Israel who supposedly referred to African Americans as monkeys, and that caused Adam Schwartzberg to say in response, I would condemn any rabbi that said anything racist. My rabbi would never say that. And when you paint brushes, and then again at that point, he was heckled once more. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Here are some comments made by Jersey City residents last night, both in support and in opposition to trustee Joan Terrell Page's comments about calling the Jewish community brutes.
So who is our community leader, really our Rosa Parks of this era? Joan Terrell. Now, she has an impeccable record in this community. The anti-Semitic label is a bunch of crap. Throw it away. And she's not resigning. Freedom of speech backs up everybody the last time I checked in this country, and it also backs her up. And she spoke as a private citizen, not representing this board.
Judaism is not a nationality, nor is it an ethnicity, nor is it beyond criticism, much like any other religion. Consider that this community in which some of its members, right, has gone into the African American communities, and I'll say it as brutes, attempting to purchase homes from elders in our community.
I pray that you also reflect on the pain that you caused people, myself and other Jewish people, both for the timing and for some of your words, and for the message that it sends to our students of divisiveness when we really need unity and peace. I would condemn any rabbi that said anything racist. My rabbi would never say that. And when you paint brushes, I don't remember interrupting people during their speech. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
One speaker.
I hope all of us could work together to find peace. All of us that work here, that live here, and that you can respect why your comments could have been seen the way they were and the hurt that they caused some of us. And I would love the opportunity to sit down possibly and talk with you further, and so we could discuss it. Thank you, everyone.
Mark Bucinch reporting at the Jersey City Board of Education meeting for Hudson County View, the eye of the community.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center. Here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
Mark Bucinch again of Hudson County View, live and Uncut. Thank you again for participating, joining in. We're here at Hudson Media Group Studios in North Bergen, New Jersey. As I said at the top, John Highness is away this week, but he'll be sure to be back next week. The next story we need to get to is Hoboken. I was there last night, and it was about a 3-hour meeting, and towards the end of the meeting, the council took up the ordinance, which is sponsored by Second Ward Councilwoman Tiffany Fisher and also co-sponsored by Council President Jen Giattino. Second Ward Councilwoman Tiffany Fisher is actually the chair of the Transportation and Parking Subcommittee, and that's exactly what this ordinance had to deal with, which is has been an ongoing issue now for a couple of years in Hoboken, but it was a first reading ordinance last night to raise residential parking permit fees, which currently stands at $15 a year, to $52 a year. Now, the council voted 6-2. Council members Ruben Ramos, representing the 4th Ward, and Michael Russo, representing the 3rd Ward, voted no. Now, they're both opposed to the raising it from $15 to $52, but for different reasons. According to Ruben Ramos, he said that this is just a revenue grab by the city to plug a $7.5 million projected deficit that we reported on just last week, that the city business administrator Stephen Marks said at a meeting at the last council meeting 2 weeks ago that Hoboken will be experiencing a $7.5 million budget deficit this year. And so according to Ramos, this increase in the parking permit fee is just a revenue grab to be able to plug in that budget hole. But that's not what Russo said. Russo said, well, his argument, his whole take on this has to do with, well, rates are being raised for water, taxes are going up, rates are being raised for maybe garbage collection. So he said the totality of all these rate increases, he said that some people might be calling them small, but nonetheless they all add up. So he came out opposed to this, and he told us in an interview that when is it going to stop? I mean, this week it could be raising the parking permit fee. Next week it could be something else. But then the public also had an opportunity to weigh in on this discussion. And one of the persons who spoke before the council was a gentleman by the name of Andrew Impastato, who is the founder or the creator of the Park and Dude app. And he was quite critical of the council. He said that raising the parking permit fee would by no means resolve the long-standing parking problem in Hoboken. And he also, as Ruben Ramos declared, he thought that this would be a revenue grab by the city as well. But then in my conversations with newly elected 5th Ward Councilman Phil Cohen, he said he thought that maybe that was hogwash. He thought for sure that that Hoboken residents are still getting a bargain. Well, they have been getting a bargain at $15 for the year, and now only raising it to $52. Well, that'll still only amount to about $1 per week for 52 weeks of the year for a Hoboken resident still for them to still be able to park within the city. So we have some video from last night's meeting where I interviewed both Michael Russo and Councilman Phil Cohen. Here it is. You were one of the councilmen tonight of two that voted no. Why?
Yeah, well, again, we went down this road. We asked to increase fees for visitors to come into the city of Hoboken, and our residents didn't have an appetite for that. Now we're asking to increase residential parking permits. So my assumption is that we don't have an appetite for that as well. So at every turn, we're being increased, and I just think, when is enough, right? So all these small increases, as everyone likes to call them, these moderate to small increases, they add up, and they add up quickly, and we need to do something to combat that.
Listen, it's good politics to say that you're against raising fees, and I give Councilman Russo and Councilman Ramos a lot of credit. They've been on the city council for many years. I'm a new member of the city council. It makes no sense to me. It made no sense to me when I ran for council. I wasn't afraid to say it publicly then. I'm not afraid to say it publicly now. We should be governing smart, and giving away free parking in a city where parking is our most precious commodity makes no sense. So to me, $52 a year is a conservative price. It's a common sense thing to do, and I think it should have been done a long time ago.
Mark Bucinich in Hoboken for Hudson County View, the eye of the community.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Hello, everyone. Thanks again for rejoining us. Mark Bucinich of Hudson County View, live and Uncut here at the Hudson Media Group studios in North Bergen. As I've been saying, we had a busy week, and we were working over the weekend, and on this past Saturday was a big rally at Liberty State Park organized by one of by the environmental organization Friends of Liberty State Park, who the organization has been trying for the last 43 years to prevent any type of private development, any privatization of the land there in the park. And well, they were rallying this time around because, again, there is a plan on the table to maybe privatize up to 22 acres of the park along an area of the park, the southernmost end of the park known as Caven Point. And it's a proposal by the Reebok founder, Paul Fireman, who's also the founder of the Liberty National Golf Club. In fact, his golf club just sits just adjacent to the golf course. And there were many speakers there at the rally. I mean, Sam Pessin kicked off the rally. He was joined by Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop. Other speakers included the Captain Bill Sheehan of the Hackensack Riverkeeper and the New Jersey Chapter Director Jeff Tittle. And then we followed up with Sam Pessin in an interview after the rally concluded. Now remember, this was on Saturday, so the rally goers were calling for the legislature, specifically Craig Coughlin, who's the Assembly Speaker, to post a bill so that the legislature could vote on the Liberty State Park Protection Act, which would prevent Paul Fireman from being able to expand his golf course by 3 golf holes onto Liberty State Park. And if you could just bear with me as I just read you one of his quotes that he told me in an interview there. He said, we need, this is directly from Sam Pessin in an on-camera interview at Liberty State Park's grounds, we need the Senate to pass the Protection Act as it is with no amendments that would lead to the privatization of the natural area of Caven Point. And he stressed, let me say that again, the Speaker of the Assembly must post the bill for a vote. Liberty State Park deserves a vote in the Senate and the Assembly on Monday, which they didn't get. It wasn't posted, to get it to the governor's desk so that we can once and for all protect Liberty State Park. Now, I got some great footage. Just bear with some of the video footage. It was a very windy day on Saturday, and the flags were, the wind was very strong and there was some background noise, but please watch the upcoming video. Following are some of the speakers at a rally at Liberty State Park on Saturday in opposition to a proposed golf course along a 22-acre peninsula called Caven Point in the park.
We fight today for social justice. We fight for our quality of life, for open space, and for nature, and on behalf of future generations to enjoy this priceless park. This waterfront was transformed from an abandoned, desolate area into a beautiful park, and then protected by people's vision and activism. And today we're again showing people power and our strength and solidarity.
Why is this so important to you specifically, or your neighbors, when you go back home and you tell them? It's because if this park is not protected, and this is the jewel of New Jersey, what does that say about your parks in your neighborhood? Are they ever protected? And the answer is no. So we need to make a statement here and say this is for the people, this is for the public. It was meant that way, it will always be that way, and as long as we're here, we're going to continue to fight to make sure it stays that way. So
Try to destroy it with a golf course, you're desecrating that cathedral of nature, and that's why we're here. We're here today because this is the park that is the gateway to this country. This is the park that stands for the Statue of Liberty and all she represents. And we're here today to tell that statue, we got your back. We're never going to let this park get developed. We're here today in a state park that is the most densely populated area in the country, that we're going to protect and preserve that open space for future generations so kids can learn and to see nature and people can understand the environment. This is the most densely populated area in the country, and the only thing denser are the politicians in Trenton that don't get it.
We do not want to see that beautiful spit of land over there called they call it Caven Point. We don't want to see that turned into a golf course. We want to see the seals resting in there in the wintertime. We want to see the birds using it during the summertime. We want to be able to take young children out. They talk about teaching kids to play golf. How about teaching kids to like nature?
Mark Busich reporting in Jersey City for Hudson County View, the eye of the community.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office space and an address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation. On-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. 201-521-9000 or visit on the web at panapintoproperties.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Mark Busich of Hudson County View, live and uncut. Thanks again for joining us. This is our last segment for today, so thanks for sticking with us this far. As I said from the very top, John Highness, I'm filling in for him this week. He's away, but he'll be back next week. And we are broadcasting live from Hudson Media Group Studios in North Bergen, New Jersey, right along Tunnelly Avenue. And so we saved this last story. We saved this story for last because it's a very special story. I was joined by my colleague Corey McDonald, where we were at a firefighting ceremony at Jersey City City Hall on Tuesday, and it was special because, well, it was special because now Jersey City has 15 additional firefighters. But one of the persons in the graduating class, get this, Sam Springsteen. You may recognize that last name. Well, sure enough, he is the son, the youngest son of Bruce Springsteen, one of New Jersey's favorite sons, and his wife Patty Scialfa. And in fact, they were both there for the ceremony. And well, I was live streaming the event, so I couldn't necessarily get too close to where they were standing, at least during the ceremony. But we live streamed it to our Facebook page, which I think our audience enjoyed very much. And while Corey McDonald was making sure that he got enough pictures of Sam with his father after the graduating ceremony. But what's important about, in addition to Sam being the son of one of New Jersey's most famous rock legends of all time, right? According to Jersey City spokesperson Kimberly Wallace-Scalcione, this recent graduating class brings the total number of firefighters in Jersey City to a total of 666 members. And also, this is also, according to the city, this is the 10th graduating ceremony under Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop's administration. In fact, you're going to be seeing in the upcoming video where Stephen Mayor is speaking to the audience, and he says to the audience, thanking and congratulating the City Council for voting on different ordinances that make sure that all Jersey City fire departments are fully funded. So here's the video.
fire department. There were 4 to 5 companies that were ground out every single day. It was rotating throughout the city because we didn't have staffing. We had issues around equipment, and the personnel was very, very different. That council has invested in the fire department every time that we've asked for those resources. And with this class today, they will have hired more than 200 new firefighters. And today, every single fire company is fully staffed every single day, making sure Jersey City is safe. And so I just wanted to say thank you.
Firefighter Sam Springsteen.